about. Played very well yesterday evening. And 3 slips and the galley for him. Sure, concentrating on that off stump. Runs in now, full pelt straight away, and bows to wall, covers up and plays defensively into the offside. Quite a lot of cloud about, but it's high and already a lot of people in the ground.
Room service, Thelma Caldecott speaking. How may I help you?
Thelma?
Again, both the Australian captain of British let go by outside left stump, fairly full in length, and 85 mph, so he's off quickly working up to almost full speed.
I'll put the milk in.
Yes, well, it is a man's job, isn't it?
Did you sew the hatband back onto my Panama?
You saw me do it last night.
I don't think so.
You were watching television.
Then how could I be watching you?
It's over here. Sewn.
Shh.
Oh, blow it up your arse.
Pitched in a little bit short of the length, so it just gives Steve Moore a little bit extra to think about.
Cloth. Cloth.
Red in the face already. Then his third ball to work. Morning runs in both, and Moore again leaves it alone outside the off stump, but he was too high to win the third that one.
What are you doing?
You do know it's 11:05.
Well, why didn't you say?
What am I now, the talking bloody clock? At the next stroke, it will be 11:06 precisely.
Not tuna, are they?
No. Mad cow.
No, not an apple, Thelma. Haven't you got something else for me?
Let's see. How about this? Banana?
Today, a little better? It's quite nice outside. Not as cold as it looks. Something interesting out there?
Cabbages.
Oh, yeah. Where would cook be without them? When I come through that front door in the morning, the smell hits me like mustard gas.
Stand back! This is mine!
Mrs. Caldecott.
Yes?
He wouldn't have felt anything after the initial impact. I don't think so, anyway. Not that we can know for certain. What do you think, Tina?
I don't know.
Sorry. Neither of us have done this sort of thing before. We can only get better, I suppose.
He's got his chrysanthemums all ready for the show next week. I wouldn't worry about them for now. I'm not. I can't stand chrysanthemums. They're bumptious, aren't they? Bumptious sort of flower. That's why you like them, I suppose. They wouldn't have stood for this, you know. I'd like me to use real polish. Sorry. No, we don't mind. Do we?
No.
It's such a relief, you see.
Do you have someone we could call for you? A relative or a friend?
Yes, I have a son, Derek. He's in property. He's at work now. I won't want to disturb him.
Oh, I'm sure he won't mind considering the circumstances.
It's on the, in the hall. It's under Derek, office. Oh, it's Derek Caldecott, but you have to ask for Mr. Caldecott.
Well, of course I'm sitting down. What bad news?
It's about your father. I'm afraid he's been taken to hospital.
Oh, well, look, there must be some mistake. I spoke to him last night. He was fine, absolutely fine. Are you sure you've got the right Mr. Caldecott?
Your mother gave us your number. We're with her now.
What? Who's we?
P.C. Forbes speaking, Mr. Caldecott. Look, I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you this, but I have to inform you that your father's dead.
But your colleague just said he'd been taken to hospital.
Fine.
Well, he has. But he's dead, I'm afraid, now. Look, would it be convenient for you to come and stay with your mother?
The thing is, I've got to go to a meeting. Do you think you could hold her hand for just a little while longer?
Well, isn't your wife close by?
I'm afraid Veronica's out, so... Well, you could try her on a mobile. No, don't do that. She's at yoga. She'll have a face on her for weeks.
He's been a tower of strength, Derek, hasn't he? Men, where would we be without them?
They're certainly full of surprises.
You don't know me, Mrs. Caldecott. I'm Victoria Reynolds,
Victoria?
president of the Chrysanthemum Society. I wanted to come round and offer my condolences on behalf of the society.
That was quick.
It was all very quick. I was there.
Were you? Well, you better come through. I expect you'd like to see his chrysanthus.
Don't they take your breath away?
He spent more time in the garden than in the house.
Do you mind if we show them? As a tribute. Obviously, we'd come round and organise everything.
What was it then? Some sort of chrysanthemum club cricket outing?
No. A group of us used to go quite regularly. I found cricket rather boring myself. Henry brought it alive for us.
Did he? Well, Victoria, you're a lot different from how he described you.
How did he describe her, then?
Victor Reynolds. That old tosser Victor Reynolds.
Those flowers need changing, Thelma. I'll get you some fresh.
Okay.
Right. Where is she?
In the kitchen.
What happened?
Cricket ball smack between the eyes. You wouldn't have liked that. Going out missing a sitter. He was fairly pissed, apparently.
How is she?
Bearing up. I've asked her to come and stay with us for a night or two.
A night or two?
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Fine. As long as it doesn't stretch into God knows how long. Hello, Mum.
Hello, Veronica.
How are you coping?
How are you coping?
I'm fine, thanks. You must be numb.
You must be numb.
I'm making a list of my priorities.
A list? Such as?
Nails. I want nails like yours, Veronica. What do they call that colour?
Cerulean haze.
I must make a note of that. How do you spell it?
Derek says you're coming to stay with us for a night or two.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Veronica. That's not on my list. Staying with you and Derek.
You've had a terrible shock, Thelma.
Henry lived his life very much the way he wanted. And he even died heading a cricket ball. I think that's a great consolation.
You can't stay here by yourself, Mother.
I'd only be in the way.
Well, maybe so, but we're not talking weeks. Or even a week. Are we, Derek?
I can't stay here, Mother. I've got an important meeting first thing tomorrow, and now a funeral to organise.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. You two get off about your business. I've got things to do.
Who knows? Perhaps Mother does know best.
Stuck in that house with all those memories? I doubt it.
We tried, Derek. Did your father tell her he was leaving the house to you?
Yeah, I think so. She's probably forgotten. Not that it matters.
Why not?
Oh, she's got lifetime interest in it.
Well, assuming she wants to live there for the rest of her life. What if she doesn't?
You want her to come and stay with us?
I'm serious, Derek. You're in the property business, aren't you, Derek? Well, can't you think of something more enterprising to do with the house?
I suppose.
Well, what?
Can't we just leave it for a bit?
What, wait till she's dead? Derek, if we don't get the mortgage down this house soon, we'll have to open it to the public. And then I'm off. Well, I've still got moisture.
I can't start strong-arming my own mother out of her home.
For God's sake, Derek, be creative. She's alone there in the house. Talk to her. Give her an alternative.
She sounded pretty loopy this evening. Just hope she doesn't do anything stupid.
Don't worry. I gave her one of my pills. She'll be dead to the world.
Sorry I've been so long, Thelma. I had to go out and get them myself.
I used to love shopping
Of course you did.
before Henry retired and decided to supervise.
You spent £1.80 more on coffee this month.
Well, things do go up.
Then why did you spend 68 pence more on toilet rolls last month?
You had diarrhea for 2 days when you came back from your golf holiday.
He liked to be known as a sanitary engineer. But I used to say he was in sewage. Made him furious.
Why are men so vain?
Vain. Do you know, I got a job once and he made me give it up. He said people would think he couldn't support me.
There must have been good times, Thelma.
Oh, there were.
Well done.
Whenever he went on one of his golfing holidays.
Ball soared into the air.
Unfortunately, I got a ball-by-ball commentary when he got back.
And with the massive backspin I put on it, it spun back, hit the pin. Plop.
Didn't you ever go on holiday together?
Torquay, every year, because he liked it. In the Vauxhall. We had a Vauxhall because he'd always driven one. I booked a surprise holiday to Paris once.
Quel âge avez-vous?
Went to night school to learn French, everything,
J'ai 40 ans.
which he hated. And then he found out about the holiday.
No, thank you for being so understanding.
Cancelled it.
Yes. Families, you know. Goodbye.
That's when I stopped loving him. and I went into my shell.
I don't think you should be on these any longer. I'm going to have a word with the matron. Has this been moved?
I think it looks better over there.
Well, naturally, I shall miss all the bonhomie, the banter, and the backstabbing. But this wonderful gift will be a treasured reminder of you all. Thank you. Thank you.
I then took a 3-iron, and I have to say the shot was sheer perfection. The ball sailed through the air, and with the massive backspin I put on it, landed on the green, hit the pin, and flop.
I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Oh, well, my name was on the rota, so I thought I'd turn up.
Has the doctor given you something?
What for?
To help you sleep?
Oh, no, I don't need that.
Oh, fine. Just don't leave it until it's too late. I had a friend in your situation, thought she was coping marvelously, then whoosh.
Whoosh?
Overdose. I promised I wouldn't tell a soul, but you don't know Anne James, do you?
No.
Oh, you don't really count then, do you?
Cup of tea. Yes, so lovely. Thank you.
So are you going to be all right? Oh, there you are. You're going to be all right for money.
What?
Has he left you all right?
You nosy bugger. I haven't even thought about money. I'm sure Derek will advise me about my financial affairs.
He was such a fine man, Henry. A real gentleman, and always so well turned out.
I didn't know you knew him.
Oh, yes, we used to see him when he popped into the pub after cricket.
Well, I never knew that.
He always used to buy a drink for anyone, especially the ladies. Oh, don't tell me you didn't know that. Well, if he hadn't had an eye for the ladies, Thelma, he never would have spotted you.
We bought you a cyclamen. Nice pot.
But early to be drinking, isn't it? And on your own.
Well, you're here now.
Derek! Come and look at this.
What do you think happened? They look as if they're all dead.
I thought you said you were going to water them.
I did, but somebody's cut all the heads off.
What? Oh, well, that settles it. You can't stay here.
Why? Because all the chrysanthemums are dead.
It's not because the chrysanthemums are dead. It's because someone killed them. These stems have all been cut through, probably with a sharp knife or a pair of scissors or something. Have you called the police?
Why? Is it a capital offence, flower murder?
Fingerprints. Footprints, possibly.
What are you looking for now?
The knife they used. They may have thrown it down somewhere.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. Cup of tea.
Look, I think we should get you somewhere where you'll be safe.
We're going to check all these windows and doors are locked up before you go to bed tonight. Whoever did this, they may come back.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. I've got no chrysanthemums left. That was when he rumbled me.
It was bound to happen sooner or later, but I was past caring.
Sorry, Thelma. I tried, but I came with a flea in my ear.
Better do as we're told.
What did he say when he found the golf clubs? I mean, what was left of them?
I've no idea. I wasn't there. It was the day before the funeral, and all I could think about was Henry. What could I wear that would have...
Go on, say it. That would have what?
pissed him off. Hello, ladies. I'm looking for something a bit more formal. I don't usually dress like this. I borrowed these from a friend. My own clothes were destroyed in a fire.
What did you have in mind?
Well, those look rather nice.
These do have a zip up the back.
I don't care where the zip is.
Some of our mature customers dislike back fastenings.
It's a bit functional, isn't it? Have you got something a bit more zhushy?
Zhushy. I didn't realize that's what you had in mind.
Yes.
Is it for a special occasion?
Yes, it's for a funeral.
Veronica?
Oh, God.
Veronica!
Derek! Derek!
Veronica!
Look at this! She's completely lost it!
You check the kitchen. The wine's gone. The bloody wine's gone!
What's wrong? Hello, Dr. Piper.
Hello.
Tell me you didn't do this, Mother.
Oh, the golf clubs, you mean? I cut them down for the boy next door. He's only little.
Or the boy next door. These are state-of-the-art. The perimeter weighted, titanium shafted, hand-tooled.
For God's sake, Mother, what's got into you?
Well, they're no good to me, are they? Cup of tea, Doctor.
Nor his chrysanthemums, nor his cricket books, or his clothes. What have you done with the wine? Taken full bottles to the bottle bank?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I gave it to the milkman.
What?
To take on his round. One for each doorstep of his choosing.
Hell's teeth, Mother. They were worth hundreds of pounds. He was particularly proud of his nose-bred good vintage.
He's gone now, Derek, and he's taken his nose with him.
Have you seen enough, Doctor?
I'm afraid she's going to need a proper rest for a while, Derek.
Our company owns a couple of rest homes. I'll get her into one of those right away.
What's she doing with those? Veronica, what are you doing?
It's all right, Mum.
It's not all right.
We're just concerned about you.
Here on your own. You're a danger to yourself.
I'm not.
You need looking after.
Here we are, Thelma. A little something to help you through the difficult days.
No. It's better we get it straight there. Okay, yeah, look, I'll see you later. Okay, bye.
She's still refusing to cover up.
Oh, leave her. She's out of it. At least the rain kept off and she stayed upright.
How many people have you invited back?
A dozen or so. Mostly Dad's old workmates.
You didn't mention the golf clubs.
Of course not. She insisted we ask some silly bugger from the Chrysanthemum Society.
Oh, Lord. Why do they have to send a wreath as big as that? Look like we're bearing the Cray brothers.
Twins, Cray twins. I've told them to meet us at the house in an hour. That should give us a chance to settle Mum in.
He would die before me, wouldn't he? Make me realise how precious life is. And how much of it I've missed.
So they wouldn't even allow you to go to your own husband's funeral, do you?
They thought it was best that I came straight here.
Here's Mrs. Caldecott now.
Hello, matron, bang on time. Hello, Derek.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
This is my wife, Veronica.
Hello.
Mum?
Hello, Mrs. Caldecott. Lovely to have you with us. My name is Henry Hawksmoor, and this is our matron.
Miss Lockwood. Hello.
All right, Mum?
Welcome. Welcome, dear.
Mum?
There we are.
You come away in, dear.
All right.
Come with me. That's it.
Derek, take that, will you?
Yeah.
How do you do? Do you have a good journey?
Yes, do it. Yes. Oh, thank you, Derek.
Mr. Hawksmoor will show you around.
Thank you, matron. Yes, if you'd like to follow me. We're actually serving luncheon at the moment. Melon fantails, followed by goujons of pork and fresh green vegetables of the day.
That'll be cabbage.
Yes, aromatic, of course, but full of iron and other essential vitamins. Our consultant nutritionalist pays regular visits in order to ensure the maintenance of standard. We do have, of course, a choice of dining rooms. Ah, here we are. Miss Nightingale. Enjoying lunch?
Lunch, Headmaster?
Yes, dear.
I'm sorry, you must be mistaken.
Yes, but you're enjoying it anyway.
What?
Whatever it is you're having.
I don't know. It's a kind of something.
Yes, eat it up there. Miss Nightingale, early onset dementia. Used to be a primary school headmistress. It's very sad.
Nice, isn't it?
Mrs. Caldecott will, of course, have silver service in her room to start with, but later on she'll be encouraged to come down here and share a joke and a gossip.
Did you hear that?
Was this a hospital?
No, Mum. It's one of our rest homes. It's more like a hotel, actually.
The lounge? The lounge, of course, is kept at a constant temperature. It's light, very lovely views, of course, of the tennis court in the distance and the colour television, which appears to be on the brink.
It's been on the blink the whole blinking week.
Something you should have said, Mr. Livingston.
I did.
Why aren't you eating?
Call it my survival instinct, Hawthorne.
Mr. Livingstone is something of a card. Ex-RAF Bomber Command. Isn't that right, Mr. Livingstone? You keep quiet about the television, and I won't mention Dresden. Is it a deal?
Don't make me laugh, Hawkins. I got a split lip.
Our aim here is to create a happy and relaxed atmosphere, underpinned, of course, with a fierce attention to detail. Anything less would be a betrayal of our guests and our calling.
And Manor Park property.
Ah.
Any questions, Mum?
When are we going home?
This is going to be your home for a while. You'll be looked after night and day. We told you all about this.
I don't remember.
She's a bit emotional at the moment.
Well, of course she is. It's only natural. I can have matron show her to her room if she'd like, or...
No, thank you. I think we'd like to see the bedrooms now, wouldn't we?
Of course. Matron? Matron? Ah, I think it's time for Mrs. Caldecott to see the penthouse.
Of course. Would you like to follow me?
Here we are. The Balmoral Suite.
Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is great.
First time you've been here?
Yes, and I'm impressed. Look at that view.
Sit down here, Mrs. Caldecott.
Look at all this cupboard space.
Ensuite bathroom. Very nice.
Nice.
Always wanted one of those, haven't you, Mum? Oh, there you go.
Let's put these here.
There you go, Mum. Just so you don't forget your own nearest and dearest, eh?
Shall I unpack for you?
Oh, don't worry.
We'll sort her things out. Soon have her feeling at home, won't we, Mrs. Caldecott?
Right then. We'll be off now, Mum. You're in good hands. One of us will pop in and see you tomorrow or the day after. All right? She seemed settled.
How could you tell?
She didn't cry.
Well, she didn't laugh either. When the pills wear off, she'll come looking for us.
This is one of our prime properties.
You're joking. Ugh. Ugh. Cabbage. Stop off at the car wash on the way home and I'll run myself through it.
There we are, Thelma. Down the hatch. Another glass of water, nurse. We forgot to take our pills, didn't we, dear?
I don't want them.
I know that. And when we're a little better, we can stop taking them.
We are better. Aren't we, Gina?
Come on now, Thelma. Don't be awkward. You've got visitors coming.
Visitors?
Your son and your solicitor.
Solicitor?
You want to be nice and calm for when they come, don't you? Come on now. Open. Head back. There we are. Don't know what all the fuss was about.
So, what's this master plan you've come up with?
Okay, I don't think it would be wise for her to go back to the house.
Too many memories.
Exactly. That's why I've had a chat with JB.
JB? What about?
About buying the house.
Off who?
Off Mum.
Why? Your father left it to you.
I know, but I can't do anything with it until Mum dies. Unless, that is, she agrees to sell me her right to live in it.
For how much?
Roughly the price of the house.
So where are we going to get all this money from?
Yeah, well, that's where JB comes in.
What's your boss got to do with it?
Be creative, you said. Look, listen. I give Mum a lump sum loaned to me by JB, then we knock it down.
Knock down the house? Well, what's the street going to say? They're going to go mad.
It's a piece of land at the back of here, big enough for 20 houses. The planners have already given us the nod.
And what do we get?
Enough to knock our mortgage on the head, and lots of spending money. Hit the ground running, eh?
I should threaten to leave you more often.
Jim Dale, please.
Right. Let's see what we can get for the contents.
Of course you know Mr. Dale.
I don't think so.
He's the family solicitor.
Your father had a solicitor, of course, Mum.
Yes, Dale. This is Mr. Dale. He drew up Father's will.
Actually, I don't think Henry ever did introduce us, did he?
Anyway, what he's here to do is to make sure you're looked after. Not just for now, but in the future. They are looking after you here, aren't they? I mean, there's that nice nurse, Gina, is it?
Gina, yeah.
Well, she's here whenever you need her, isn't she?
Yeah.
That's the sort of care I'm talking about. But it costs a lot of money.
Money?
So, Mr. Dale and I have drawn up a scheme, which means you won't have to worry about that. Come in. You see, with the lump sum, you've got options. When you're a bit stronger, you could buy a little bungalow. Or better still, you'd have enough income from your investments to stay here. So you really have got nothing to lose. Now, Mr. Dale, he's drawn up something here which, well, if you sign this, we can just get on with it. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Gina.
Nurse, I wonder if you could witness something for us.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm needed downstairs.
It won't take long.
No, really?
What's the matter?
She's in no fit state to sign anything, Mr. Caldecott.
Nurse, we are doing this for her.
Then wait until she isn't medicated up to the eyeballs.
It can't wait. She needs the money to pay for her fees.
I thought you owned the place.
Yes, my company does, but they don't pay her bills.
I'm sorry, she has no real idea what you're proposing, and I'm not going to be a party to it.
400. Well, if you're not going to give me what it's worth, I'll take it to auction.
Go to the 500.
Right, the kitchen. Now, obviously everything in here can go, so...
That's right, ma'am. Thank you, matron.
Matron? Where's Gina? Gina?
Oh.
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 Oh. What's happening?
We're moving you to the Windsor suite.
Where's that?
You'll see.
Gina?
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No need to look so worried. We think you're well enough to start enjoying yourself. Good morning, ladies. Miss Nightingale, your bed's over there. This is Mrs. Caldecott. And this is your bed, dear.
There you are, little fella. You can't support all these. I'll bring you a nice drink of water after dinner.
Leave the plants alone, Mr. Hewitt.
Time they were done.
It's not your job to sit down and have your lunch before it gets cold.
It comes cold.
You're in the way, Mr. Hewitt. Nurse!
That's the whole damn trouble here. We're all in the way.
That's the whole damn trouble here. We're all in the way.
Oh, don't you start.
Don't you start. Does she always do that?
Yes.
Would you like these?
No, thank you. I don't smoke.
To think I spent 5 years with a bomb strapped to me arse just for this.
For goodness sake, Enid, will you get your feet on the supports and out of the spokes?
I don't think she can help it. She's got no feeling in her legs.
Yes, thank you, Miss Nightingale. I think we can do that with the benefit of your vast medical experience.
He sounds just like Henry.
Don't push it round the plate, Mrs. Caldecott. Get it down the red lane. It's all there is until 6 o'clock. Chop, chop, chop.
Don't upset yourself, love it. It's not worth it.
You're obviously very fond of plants.
You think it were a crime round here?
Wouldn't they let you look after a bit of the garden?
No. Hawksmoor says people wouldn't pay good money if they saw the residents all mucky and sweaty in the garden.
You think they'd encourage you to take an interest?
The only thing they encourage people to do round here is sleep. Don't take the pills.
Guess what he's playing?
I've no idea.
Oh, I watched him for years.
I don't know.
Well, guess. Go on. Just have a guess. Go on, guess.
I don't know. Beethoven. Mozart.
Oh, God, no. He won't play German music.
What then?
Beside the seaside.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea.
You're a bloody semitone out, Hewitt.
Sorry, Bernard.
And about 20 bars behind.
Why don't you play the real thing?
It's locked. Courtesy of the top brass. It would only disturb the guests. Look at them. All as deaf as posts. Too noisy. Keep 'em all awake. If only it would. You're going to be talking to yourself till dinner time.
They like company.
I want to go home, Derek.
There's nobody there to look after you. And frankly, Mum, I couldn't in all conscience leave you there alone. You wouldn't want to come home with Veronica and me now, would you?
Veronica, no, thank you.
No, well, that's what I thought. Mum, look, you have to trust me like you trusted Dad.
And you still haven't told me why they've moved me.
Because you don't need the constant nursing any longer. Plus, there's a financial advantage.
Oh, you sound just like him now.
What?
Your father.
Look, I've invested a lump sum for you.
A lump sum?
Yes, so you will have a steady income. But even so, you've still got to be careful.
Lump sum?
Yeah, from the sale of the house.
What the house has been sold?
Yes.
My house?
Well, my house, actually, Mum, but yes. Don't you remember? You signed the papers.
Don't you remember? You signed the papers.
How's Thelma?
Oh, all the better for someone to talk to.
Well, it'd be a bit lively if your son got Hawksmoor to change the regime here.
What do you mean?
Well, don't be fooled by the uniforms. We're not properly trained, but we're cheap.
But you mean people get neglected?
No, not exactly. You see, Miss Nightingale, she's got early onset dementia. But she's more mobile than you'd think, and she can hold a good conversation. Suddenly she's off into her own world again, or behaving like a child.
Oh, she just needs a bit of TLC.
Which would mean more costly staff, so they shove a bill down her. Same with Mrs. Peterborough.
Now, she really does have a problem.
Bless her. She feels she's got no personality of her own. That's why she mimics everyone. In fact, she's as strong as a horse. Now, the only way that matron can keep her completely quiet would be to knock her out. That's expensive on the nursing.
So they just keep her drowsy?
Minimum maintenance. It's all down to money.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Nancy.
Need a lunchtime. I've got your medication here.
Nancy, would you like me to do the pills for you? I know how busy you girls get at mealtimes.
Oh, well, I shouldn't really. But it would be a help. Are you sure you don't mind?
Not at all. Give me something to do.
There you are, then. Make sure you get them down them.
Oh, they'll go down all right.
She's gone. Please, promise you won't tell Miss Knight that we played a trick on her. Or we'll have to stay in again after school.
I won't tell, Audrey. I'm your friend.
Hewitt and I have been considering you very carefully, Mrs. Caldecott.
Have you now?
And we are agreed that you should be asked to join our escape committee.
How many have you got?
Just Hewitt and me. I'm the brains, he's the brawn.
So he reckons.
So what's the plan?
Well, tunnelling was the favoured option, and then Hewitt here went and lost the bloody trowel.
So now what?
Well, currently we have a plan to kidnap two of the nurses, take their uniforms, and leave in disguise.
I think I've seen the film.
Yeah. Well, of course, we realise that we might not get very far before somebody spotted something suspicious, but, well, it would be a breath of fresh air for us.
Now you see why we need some new ideas.
Why don't you just walk out?
Oh, no.
No, I'm serious. Why don't you?
But first, Hawksmoor's got the pension books.
Yes, and all our supplement allowances are docked in the office.
Cabbage again.
Yes! Yeah, I'm just coming. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah.
What is going on? Miss Nightingale, why aren't you eating? Mr. Hewitt? Is this your influence, Mrs. Caldecott? What exactly is the problem?
It's rubbish, that's the problem.
This is perfectly balanced dietary cuisine.
Oh, would you like to join us?
Mr. Livingstone.
I'm with Mrs. Caldecott.
So am I.
So am I. And me.
A missed meal can cause serious medical problems. I hope you're prepared to take on that responsibility. Thank you.
Commander?
Yes?
You're flying low, old boy.
What? Thank you, that was lovely. You're new here, aren't you?
Yes, that's right, Mr. Hawksmoor.
Jolly good. Well, Mrs. Caldecott, in the interests of harmony, I'm prepared to forget our little contretemps this lunchtime. Because your son's position in the company, you're a special guest here. All I ask is that you don't abuse your position.
I don't think I quite understand.
Oh, I think you do. We deal here with vulnerable, elderly people.
They're not nearly as vulnerable as you make out.
Mrs. Caldecott, you really have no idea. We deprive them of their medication and their fears, their worries. Their neuroses run riot at great damage to themselves.
And your bank balance.
If this place didn't pay its way, these people would be on the street looking for somewhere else to live. Then they really would feel vulnerable. You give it some thought.
Bowls.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Hewitt said you confiscated the bowls.
Ah, yes. Matron felt it was prudent. Matron.
Hips, knees, backs. Staff could spend days in outpatients.
Well, some of the residents are fit enough, surely.
Most just think they are.
So no bowls?
No bowls, no. Thank you, Mrs. Caldecott.
You're being walked all over yet again, Thelma. Another bloody Henry. Well, this worm's just turned.
man.
Why? What's your problem?
Caldecott, Department of Health. I'd like to show you a serious breach of regulations. Follow me.
Like what?
Well, for a start, you should be wearing a hat and a hairnet.
We finally make a break and are taking the bloody cabbages with us.
Hey up, they're coming.
Right, now, if you'll give me a lift into town, I'll consider overlooking it this time.
Okay, great.
I think we're moving.
Well spotted, Audrey.
Well spotted, Audrey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did we have to bring her, of all people?
What was that?
Nothing.
Good. What's all that banging in the back?
What banging?
You're not carrying illegal immigrants, are you?
You can't be serious.
I want you to stop this van immediately. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think you're in enough trouble for one day, aren't you? Better push off before I call the police.
Another one.
Right, you four, you're under arrest. Follow me.
Find Nurse Haynes.
Right, now, this is the spot.
We need some mats.
The mats? Is that what we use? Oh, look, here's...
Right, well, grab her.
I want it, everybody. I want it.
One for you.
Bernard's with Audrey, and Joyce, you go with Leslie.
No, I don't want you. Can't have Audrey. I always get Joyce.
Will you go with him, then?
No, I want to...
I tell you what, if you don't stop arguing... Right, now, swap over.
There we go.
Okay?
There you are, dear. Do you understand?
No, no danger to anyone, just to themselves. Well, let's hope so, Sergeant. That's very nice. Thanks very much. What have you got to say?
About what?
The missing patients.
I don't know what you mean.
They went AWOL on your watch, Nurse Haynes.
But I was dealing with other residents.
I found the residue of medication in a sink in their room.
Isn't it your duty to see that they take it?
Don't bother to finish your shift. We'll send your papers in the post.
Oh, thank goodness you've found them, Mrs. Caldecott. Mrs. Peterborough? All right, dear. In you come now. That's...
Safe and sound, that's good.
Oh,
Everybody
thanks
said
so
you'd like
much,
to get a room.
officer.
And the nurses will be with you as soon as... Miss Nightingale?
Quiet in the house, everywhere. Quiet! Upstairs, quiet everywhere.
Thank you. You'll be interested to know that because of the jaunts of these people, there'll be no dinner for anyone tonight. Go to your rooms, thank you.
Deep breaths, Derek. Deep breaths. Say the wrong thing and she could be coming back with us.
I want to speak to my mother, in private.
Hello?
It was a very stupid, selfish thing to do.
Selfish?
Taking geriatrics on an escapade like this could have had all sorts of consequences.
We all got back safely.
No thanks to you. I don't know what their families will say when they hear about it.
I don't think they give two hoots.
Like us, I suppose.
It was just a bit of fun, Derek.
And do you think the police had fun rounding you up?
They didn't seem to mind.
You could have been mugged and robbed.
What, for a handful of cabbages?
Look at this. Front cover.
Oh, it looks much better in the photo.
Yeah, well, it's not going to look good if this gets back to HQ.
What?
That my mother is the aging delinquent running amok in one of the most successful businesses in our portfolio.
It was a game of bowls, Derek, not World War III.
Don't act the innocent. You and your gang of wizened accomplices deliberately cocked a snook at the management.
Well, perhaps if I'm such a bad influence, maybe I better leave.
This is not you talking, Mum. You've made friends here. More company than you've had for years. Can't you try just a little bit harder to make it work?
No pills, no pills.
You know they make you feel better.
No pills.
No arguing, Joyce.
Is everybody all right? What's happened?
While we were out, Edith Roberts passed away.
I am sorry.
And Gina's been sacked.
No. What for?
She took the blame for us.
She took the blame for us? Oh, that's awful.
There's a note. I hid it under your pillow.
Keep taking the pills. Not.
Nothing like a death for keeping them quiet.
All right, if I go in?
Let's go through.
Thanks.
Oh, yes. Come in, Derek.
Something came up in conversation with our auditor, which I thought I'd mention.
Fire away.
Don't jump the gun, Derek. I hope it won't come to that. He was working at the Twilight Years rest home when there was a sort of breakout by residents, he said.
Really?
Orchestrated, apparently, by a Thelma Caldecott. Your mother, right?
Yes, JP.
True or false?
Well, there were a number who sort of took off, as it were, but it was all fairly harmless, I think.
That's not a view shared by Hawksmoor. He's quite used to one old dear wandering off in her 90, but not a whole formation team.
No.
Have a word with her.
I already have, JP.
Good. Get them to pop her some pills or whatever they do before she does herself an injury. I wouldn't be best pleased if incidents like this became a regular occurrence, Derek. It's bad for morale. Hawksmoor's turning in some good figures for us.
Good night, matron. Back to the old routine in the morning.
I hope so. God, I missed our afternoon therapy.
It's Eileen's bridge night tonight. I'll be back in a couple of hours.
How are you doing? Don't tell Headmaster. We're making a bomb in the chemi lab. That's marvellous. You're doing a great job. No, don't Bob lips. It'll blow up.
Oh, not tonight, Audrey.
Now, Joyce, you've got to delay the nurse. Now, Joyce, you've got to delay the nurse.
I don't believe it. I'll be back. Hey.
Come on.
No.
Supposing she won't believe me.
She will. Self-belief, Leslie. We're all depending on you. Know your lines. Now get in there. Go on.
What's this? Open day? This is the kitchen, Mr. Hewitt. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Matron's going bananas. She sent me to get her dinner.
Has she? Why? Where's the nurse?
Oh, nurse, you better come quickly. Mrs. Peterborough's plopped on the carpet.
Gee, I'm supposed to be getting Matron's supper. Where's she done it?
This way. And she hasn't done anything. She just plopped down on the carpet.
Here, take it. I'm off. Don't forget to lock up.
Remember, Joyce, it's your job to delay the nurse. What's happened? Stop it. Remember, Joyce, it's your job to delay the nurse. Remember, Joyce, it's your job to delay the nurse.
Right, let's be happy.
Yeah, you'll put it to sleep for a fortnight.
Now, matron, don't push it round the plate. Down the red lane. Chop, chop. Now then, Flower, where's your chip pan? Remember, Joyce, it's your job.
How are we doing?
To delay the nurse. To delay the nurse. Come on.
Joyce, you can stop now.
Oh, Joyce, you can stop now.
Cookie's going bananas. Where's Matron's supper?
What?
No, there's Matron's supper. I should hurry up if I were you. Go on.
The oil of the hilly basin and garlic. Bring the black.
with you?
Cook's doing fine.
Oh, aye. She's just come into the boil.
She's starting to spit.
Aye. But not in the soup for a change.
Mrs. Caldecott! Is Mrs. Caldecott there?
Yes, Nancy, don't you worry. You just set the table and get everybody ready for a big fry-up.
You're not allowed to fry anything, Mrs. Caldecott.
I know, and especially not with wine.
No, not with wine.
Wine? Matron. Oh, my God.
Red or white for you?
What is it?
Chateau.
Well, Chateau, my favourite.
Ah.
I'll have white, please.
And now, hot plates.
Oh,
Who's paying for this?
We're doing the washing up afterwards.
This reminds me of a lorry driver I used to see. Whenever he asked me out to dinner, this is what he meant. But it was always welcome. Large man. Big hands. Big everything, as far as I recall.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make a toast. To Edith. Wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
And also, just on a personal note, to Gina. Eh? Wherever she is. Gina! Cheers! And you've all got to clink glasses or it's bad luck.
Bernard! How about some music? Yeah, come on, let's get a crowbar to that organ.
Good idea. Good idea.
We'll gather lilacs in the spring again and walk together down an English lane until our hearts have learned to sing again. When you come home once more, and in the evening by the firelight's glow, you'll hold me close and never let me go. Your eyes will tell me all I want to know. When you come home once
Bandit at 9 o'clock.
Clear this drink away. Where's Matron? Lost your tongues? Have you? Whose idea was this?
It's Edith's wake. We felt she needed a good send-off.
Who says so?
I do.
So do I.
So do I. And me.
So do I.
Same here.
Oh, it's all right, folks. I take full responsibility. I felt it was something you would have organised had you been here.
Don't be clever with me. I want you packed and out of this place first thing in the morning.
You can't do that. If she goes, so do I.
Oh, you can't, Bernard. You've got nowhere to go, and this miserable bugger knows it.
Before breakfast, Mrs. Caldecott.
Just a minute.
Oh, I am leaving because I don't belong here. In fact, none of us belongs here in your second-rate, overpriced knacker's yard. And we don't need you or our relatives to tell us when we're ready for the scrap heap. We'll decide that. Do you know, I spent 40 years of my life under the boot of a mean-spirited tyrant just like you. And I'm not going to let it happen again. Good night, folks. Good night. Good night to you.
But you can't go. You mustn't go.
I've got to leave, Audrey.
You mustn't go.
Come on, Joyce, you sit and watch the television. There we are. Now, that's a nice
But
one.
you're
isn't
my
it?
friend. What on earth will I do without you?
Add 2 spoonfuls of olive oil and a splash of
Why
vinegar.
is it whenever I find a friend, they disappear?
I won't disappear, I promise you.
It's happened all my life. They either go abroad or get too busy or die
Now
on
let's
me
see what
like
Amanda's got for us this week.
Everyone's happier since you came here.
Well, but we'll see each other again in the holidays.
What holidays? Are we going on holiday?
No, darling. No, look, there's a better one there.
You won't come back.
I will, I promise you I'll come back.
We will.
God.
Have you seen my suitcase?
You can't come with me, Audrey, I'm sorry.
It's very sad. I know.
So, you can't even leave without creating a fuss.
Could you open the door, please? I want to go.
Me too. I'm going with her.
Me too. I'm going with her.
Mrs. Caldicott's leaving.
We're all leaving.
We're all leaving.
If Thelma's going, I'm going too.
Yeah, well, don't leave without me.
You see where you've started?
You can't come with me, Audrey. Not dressed like that. You catch your death of cold.
Got a coat.
A
She
coat?
says I can go with her if I put my coat on.
She says I can go with her if I put my coat on. Listen, everyone, I've no idea where I'm going.
You'll be responsible if anything happens to any of these people.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Hawksmoor. This is the first decent thing you've done since I got here. Excuse me. She says I can go with her. She says I can go with her.
Excuse me. Matron?
Mr. Hawks, thank
What the
goodness
hell
you're
is going
here.
on?
I don't know. You missed Mrs. Caldecott.
Mrs. Caldecott? Yes, I'll give you 5 minutes before you're desperate to come back. And then it'll be too late because I'm letting your rooms as of now. You hear? Yes, and you can clear up as well and join the rest of them.
There's a bus coming.
The school bus. None of us. School bus. We're all going. Don't move.
Hey, don't do that. Oh, come on, let's get on board. Hey, you mad? Can't you read this is a school bus?
Yeah, well, we're a group of mature students. Are you going anywhere near the old Manor Park Hotel?
Hey! Come on, Joyce. Ignore it. I've got to go somewhere.
Come on, guys. Load up. You can't do this.
Oh, go.
Thank you, driver.
Careful. Oh.
Back on terra firma.
Oh. See the nice fire? Nice fire. Now, everybody sit over there and wait for me.
Now everybody sit over there and wait for me.
She can be quite useful at times. Good morning.
May I help you, madam?
Yes, we'd like some rooms, please.
We'd like some rooms, please.
How many rooms?
One
madam?
each. 12.
12.
Now ask madam how she wishes to pay.
Yes, my son will deal with that.
My son will deal with that.
Is that one son or two, madam?
Caldecott.
Thank you.
Mr. Caldecott.
Hello, Derek.
What's happened now?
I'm at the old Manor Park Hotel.
You walked out. Mother, you promised me.
But what else could I do?
All right. But it's probably for the best, considering the trouble you've caused me. Well, just put them on to me.
All right.
I'm sorry to trouble you, Mr. Caldecott. Your mother has arrived with no means of paying her account.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just bill me, and I'll settle it all later.
Thank you, Mr. Caldecott. Now, how are the others going to settle their accounts?
Oh, you better put those on my bill.
Fine. Would everyone like to sign their names and addresses, please?
It's all the same address.
All of them.
We've escaped from a rest home.
Yes, Mr. Jenkins.
Look after my locker key, will you? Cool. Break out for an old folks' home. It's quite a story.
Yes, I suppose so.
Who was that?
It's Mr. Jenkins, ma'am.
And what does he do?
Director of the Globe newspaper group.
Have I got me own television?
Oh, yes. Everyone will have. Oh, this way.
Audrey?
Yes.
You're in here.
Jackie Jones. I have a story which may interest you. How soon can you get here?
Bloody Laura. Bloody Laura. Oh, look. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Delicious. Audrey? Madam, your bathrobe and slippers.
Your bathrobe and slippers.
Heaven. Heaven. Come on, Joyce. I'll show you your room.
Thelma. Who's paying for all this?
Oh, don't worry about it, Bernard. You just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sleep without hearing him snoring.
Well, I'm only next door, Hewitt. It should travel.
Oh, that's true. I'll go.
Look, Thelma. Look what we got.
Come on, we'll go.
Thelma. There's a woman downstairs waiting for you in reception with a television cameraman.
Mrs. Caldecott?
Yes?
Jackie Jones, TV South News. Do you think you could come and talk to our viewers?
I don't know. I've never done anything like that before.
The publicity can only help your cause.
Righto. Yeah, why not?
Great. We'd like to know about you and your friends, where you've come from and what you plan to do next.
I have no idea.
We're running.
Okay. We're on. Mrs. Caldecott, you arrived at the Old Manor Park Hotel today at the head of a demonstration. Where did you come from?
Well, it wasn't really a demonstration. And we all came from the Twilight Years Rest Home.
And you left there as a protest?
No, it wasn't a protest. It
Oh, Jesus.
was more of a mass escape.
So why did you feel you had to escape?
It all really started with the food being so disgusting, and the whole place smelt of cabbage. And one day I refused to eat it, and...
So this is a war about cabbage you're fighting?
Also, it's about it being an unpleasant, uncaring sort of place.
Is the car will be here at what? 6? On the dot? Fine, yes, I'll make sure she's ready.
Just 1 second, sir. Sir, it's for you. It's head office.
It's got to go. Nick Reed Show, ITV. Who is it?
JB.
JB.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Who told South East News?
I thought it would be good publicity, sir. A haven of rest for its stricken people.
Don't you know the Twilight Years Rest Home is owned by us?
My God.
Let them stay the night, then send them packing back there. And get this woman off my screen!
Yes, sir. Though I should perhaps mention...
What?
She's on again tonight.
Then get her off!
Audrey, isn't it wonderful? I just pick up the phone, tell them what I want, and poof, magic.
I know, my love, but there is the cost.
No, doesn't cost a thing. All they want is my autograph. Am I famous?
Not yet, but you soon might be.
Thank you very much for bringing me here, Thelma. It's so nice to feel happy.
Thelma, you better come quick. Joyce is watching Tom and Jerry.
JB, everything all right?
Not exactly. Any idea where your mother is, by any chance?
Yes, good news on that front. She's moved out of the twilight years and moved into the Old Manor Park Hotel.
I know. Together with 11 other crusties.
What?
She's been on the bloody local news, saying how they've escaped a life of tyranny and overcooked cabbage.
On television?
And tonight she's going nationwide. Sort it out, or I'm going to have your ass for a plate rack.
But you've no idea what...
I think it would be very interesting in a
No, I
month's
don't
time.
think it could be a terrible mistake. I'm sure you... Jesus, God. One more picture over here, please, man. Just over here. Thank you very much.
Drink some port wine with me down at the old Bull and Bulls. Hear the German band.
Excuse me. Are you the manager? Yes, sir. I want to speak to Mrs. Caldecott. Join the queue. No. I'm her son. I'm Mr. Caldecott. I'm sorry, sir, but your mother's just left the television studio. What? She's on the Nick Reed show. I tried to stop her, but... The Nick Reed show? In all the chaos. Yes, sir, but if you could just hang on a moment, sir.
I don't know why we bother rehearsing. It's not for my bloody benefit, that's for sure.
Don't worry. His bark's worse than his bite. I'll see if he'll talk to you now. Nick, this is Mrs. Caldecott.
Oh, Mrs. Caldecott. She's much smaller than I imagined. I saw her on the local news lunchtime wearing that outfit.
And I've seen you on there. Is it Mick or Nick?
We are going to get on like a house on fire. Now, don't you worry about a thing. I'll ask you about the cabbage, and you just tell me what happened.
Righto.
Outfit is going to have to go. This is prime time. Get into something half decent, for Christ's sake!
Why does his wife let him wear that silly wig?
The wig is classified information.
I've seen more convincing hair on a lavatory brush.
And that's not his wife. Come on, I better get you into makeup and wardrobe.
I just can't believe they've done me up so beautifully.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Round to the right here. Don't be nervous.
I've got a few butterflies.
My wife does stand up and she does jokes about me. She says that when I make love, I'm like the lottery. Bit of excitement, balls drop, roll over. Now, we will be filming you tonight because they're thinking. You heard of Pop Stars? Well, we are doing a new
hello, Derek.
studio.
Who are they? That's my son. What do you want?
Think of my career.
We're on air in 10 seconds. Think of your family. Shh. Get them back in their seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Reed.
My first guest tonight is a housewife. But she's no ordinary housewife. She hit the headlines early this morning when she led a mass escape from an old people's home. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the leader of the Wrinklies Revolution. Please welcome Thelma Caldecott. Mrs. Caldecott, you're in the news because you led a walkout at the Twilight Years rest home.
That's right.
Now, it's being said that you led the walkout because you couldn't stand cabbage. It's rather extreme, isn't it?
Well, it's true that I didn't want to eat any more cabbage, but that's not why I left.
Tell us why, then.
Well, I left because it was a place that was run with minimum care for maximum profit by a tin pot little dictator.
Even so, some people are saying that you're just an attention seeker.
Why on earth would anyone say that?
Because that's what children do, isn't it? They throw a tantrum when they're faced with food that they don't want to eat.
I'm not looking for attention at all.
Oh, come on, you're on national television.
No, only because you asked me. There's a smashing film on the other side. I'd much rather be watching that.
Good for you, Dama! Switch over then. Let's see it, eh?
Don't you dare!
Do you think your actions will lead to revolution among our senior citizens?
I don't know.
You don't know? It's not very responsible, is it?
Sometimes life isn't about knowing the answers. It's about knowing the right questions to ask.
Well, let's swap seats then. You tell me what the right questions are.
Well, for a start, instead of making cheap jibes at me, why don't you ask me why we lock up these lovely, decent people just because they're getting old? Oh, no, sorry, past it. What on earth does that mean? Past it? Past what?
And the answer is?
I don't know what the answer is. Maybe it's because we're selfish. Why is it that we rob them of their dignity and stuff a load of tranquilizers down their throats instead of offering them our help and our care and most of all our time?
You tell us.
And why is it that the very sight of them repulses us? The older and the more feeble they get. I mean, we've all done it, haven't we? Oh, don't let me get like that, you know. If I get like that, shoot me. Maybe it's just fear. And no, I don't know what the answer is. But I do know that these are the questions we should be asking. All of us.
Well, that's very enlightening, isn't it? Now, are there any more questions you want to ask before I let tonight's star guest get a word in edgeways?
Yeah, just one. Why'd you wear that daft wig? What shall I do with my lovely outfit?
Keep it. I think that's the least of their worries.
Will there be a car to take me home?
I'm sorry. Nick's vetoed any more hospitality. Take a taxi and send us a bill.
Very nice performance.
Thank you. Do I know you?
Philip Jenkins. Was at the hotel when you were checking in.
Oh, yes.
May I give you a lift?
That'd be lovely, but is there another way out of here?
Ah. You're looking lovely, by the way.
Thank you.
Who were you avoiding?
Oh, my son and daughter-in-law. I think they're a bit cross with me.
Why?
Well, they were the ones that put me into the Twilight Years rest home in the first place, and they want me to go back in.
See.
Derek, that's my son. He's a director of the property company that owns it.
Why can't you let them off the hook tonight? This is a big story.
Can't turn against your own flesh and blood, can you, no matter what they've done? I suppose you'll write about it, won't you? You're a journalist, after all.
Sort of. But I'm not a hack.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't print anything you didn't approve of.
I'm afraid my trust in people is a bit frayed round the edges at the moment.
I'll just have to take my time then. Would you like a nightcap?
Oh, OK.
I'll find a van.
Right.
Mrs. Caldecott, I'm glad I caught you.
Yes?
It's your booking. I'm afraid we have no spare rooms after tonight.
I see. Orders from above?
No. A prior arrangement. A company booking.
Prove it.
I'm sorry.
Show me the booking.
Madam, I don't have to prove anything.
Now listen. I led a walkout earlier on today, and tomorrow, unless you change your attitude, I shall be organising a lie-in.
Mrs. Caldecott, please. What's going on?
He wants to throw us all out.
Is this true? Please, sir, you are a much valued customer here. But with the greatest respect, this is not your business.
With the greatest respect it is. Mrs. Caldecott has agreed to tell her story exclusively for the Globe.
I need some fresh air. Great long streak of misery. Oh. Thank you for that. I didn't relish another confrontation.
Surprised me. You're getting rather good at confrontation.
I know. And a few days ago, I wouldn't have said boo to a goose.
I meant what I said about the Globe.
My story. One day wonder.
Right now, you're front page news, Thelma.
It had finished, Derek and Veronica. I couldn't take that responsibility.
Well, that's tough, I know. But from what I've seen, you've inherited an even bigger responsibility in there.
I know. Well, we can't stay here much longer.
Oh.
I want to find them. A place where they can all be together. You know, I'm not letting them go back there.
Look, let's put our heads together. Not tonight. We'll have lunch tomorrow, and then we'll talk it all over.
Oh, I'd like that.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
I'll call you in the morning.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.
Very nice performance. You're looking lovely, by the way.
Not bad, Thelma. No, you can't. Yes, you can, Thelma. You can do anything you like.
Only one thing missing, Joyce. A bell. Bell.
Why isn't our beautiful and illustrious leader here enjoying herself?
Too busy, Hewitt.
My bike had a very loud bell.
I saw the cat whisking her away.
Suppose someone stepped out in front of us.
Thought I spotted a bit of hand kissing.
Aye, 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 aye.
Knocked it down?
For a housing development?
I don't believe it.
You'd better. Mr. Derek Caldecott stands to make a small fortune out of it.
He never told you?
No. But that was the only decent thing he did for me in 40 years of marriage, was to leave me with a roof over my head, and now my son's taken it away from me.
Out again.
I'm afraid so, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't believe you.
Well, I've got it.
Put me through to the manager.
It's Mr. Caldecott.
Ah, Caldecott. Mr. Caldecott, I'm so glad you called.
Are you blocking my calls to my mother's room?
No, certainly not.
I'm sending a car around for her. Get her bags packed.
She was picked up an hour ago, sir.
Picked up? Who by?
by director of the Globe newspaper, but if you could just wait a moment, I'd like to discuss Mrs. Calderwood's bill. Hello. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Thanks, Bob. Okay.
Thanks, Bob. Bye-bye. That wasn't easy.
But you feel better.
Yeah, you're damn right I do.
Thelma, you said nothing you need be ashamed of.
Be a few ugly faces tomorrow, though.
About time, too. Relax, you were very good.
I haven't had many times like this, you know.
What?
Good company, nice places. It wasn't until my husband died that I realized that he hadn't shared any of those things with me. Are you married?
Was. It ended 10 years ago.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be nosy.
Not at all. I'd want you to know.
Why?
Because I hope we're going to keep in close touch.
Good.
Now, the problem of your displaced seniors.
Yeah. Where are we going to get them in? Quickly.
I thought your son and his boss could work that one out. Tomorrow morning.
I don't follow.
The Globe brings Derek's boss for a quote. He blows a fuse and calls an emergency board meeting for tomorrow.
But on a Sunday?
Yes. And you'll be the surprise guest.
No doubt you'll explain why.
No doubt. First, I think we've got to get your things and book you in somewhere for tonight. You may have unwelcome visitors at your hotel.
Just a minute. Oh, hello, Derek.
Yes, Derek, so you do remember me.
Of course I do.
Then why haven't you returned my calls?
Well, I've been very busy.
Oh, I know, Mother. This nonsense has got to stop. Get packing.
I am packing. What nonsense has got to stop?
I mean the public abuse you have showered on your family and the company
Yeah,
where
just
I
come
had
in.
hoped to build a career. And now what's this bullshit about the Sunday Globe?
Excuse me, madam. I need to talk to Mr. Caldecott.
Mr.
Not
Caldecott.
now.
I'm afraid it can't wait, sir.
Well, what is it? What is it?
Can't, sir.
Oh, well, look, stick it on this. She is checking out. Now, look, Mother, this situation...
Yeah, I've got to go now, Derek.
There are a number of sundry items you should know.
I'll phone you later.
Don't you
Yes, sir.
go...
12 rooms and sundries.
Oi! I can't get out!
Something amusing, was that? My copy, I think.
Mr. Hawksmoor, it's JB.
No, tell him I can't come to the phone.
He isn't on the phone.
Just cut him off. Cut him
I
off!
can't cut him off. He's here.
He's here.
He's just driven into the car park.
Hawksmoor! Hawksmoor!
Nervous?
Yep. I'm not looking forward to this. It's no fun putting your family on the street.
It's what they did to you.
I wish you'd come in with me.
No, it's your show. I'll wait for you out here. Knock 'em dead.
Well, as you North Country people say, you've got a brass neck.
What's your answer?
Sorry, really, I'm very, very sorry. We've been looking for her all over.
She's been without her medication for 3 days.
Come on, Mum. Let me go, Veronica. There's a good girl.
In here, Mother.
She's here to save the Twilight Years Rest Home and all her wrinkly friends from the knacker's yard.
Oh? How? This should be good.
Now she's ruined it as a business. She wants to buy it off us.
Whatever for?
Properly run, it could be everything that you claimed it to be.
Yeah, well, who's going to run it? You? This asylum run by the patients?
Where are you going to get the money from?
From here.
She wants us to give her the mortgage, as well as a knockdown price. Thank you for this, Derek.
Mother, what are you trying to do to us?
You've been selfish and thoughtless.
Oh, dear.
Perhaps your mother should try another course of medication.
Well, she certainly hasn't got her head on straight.
Oh, do you mean like I had the day you forced me to sign over my home?
It wasn't your house.
It was mine to live in.
And systematically wreck?
Wreck? Is that why you drugged me and stuffed me in an old people's home?
It was for your own good, Mother.
Do you know something, Derek? In the end, I suppose it was. When I finally came to, I realized that I'd been bullied all my life. First by your father, then by you, and then by her. And finally by that mob at the Twilight Years who ran the place for nobody's best interest except their own and this property company.
And now, thanks to you, it's no use to anybody.
What are your readers going to say about that?
Oh, not nearly as much as they'll think when they hear about your other little project.
What?
She's talking about the development of our old home. Some little shit from the Globe flashed out the details.
And it will be on the front page next week. Unless...
Mum. That's blackmail.
I suppose it is. Oh, Derek. Try to see the funny side. Do you know something? He never laughed. Even as a baby. Not even when he was tickled.
How'd it go?
It's in the lap of the gods.
It's wonderful. It's so different.
Of course it's different. We're in charge now. And Jean is the matron now.
She'll let me use the garden now. Come on. Everyone's waiting to start the party.
Come on then. Welcome home.